But like the community we have around these channels has been one of honesty and fun and respect.
It is interesting that once you do a deep dive into these locations, or historical figures even, like stories about historical figures, and you actually get in and find that real evidence, you realise sometimes how warped some of these stories are that have been told about locations or people that are said to haunt the locations.
Welcome to the first look of my recommended paranormal channels. This channel is run by the lovely Karen Huntley, who runs Doof Paranormal. I mentioned Karen and her channel in my Mystery in the Middle vlog in terms of what incredible research she does when looking into the locations with purported paranormal activity. Now, I have an academic research background, so I can begin to understand just how hard Karen works in doing the research that she does for properties, that she does for investigations, that she does for stories. I also have a minor history and history study, and I do understand how to read historical documents. But you are listening to somebody who decided, oh, I'll look into my family tree, and after about an hour thought, I am not going through all of those records just to find names, and the amount of time that it takes when you're looking into historical documents and trying to find them, looking into old newspapers. It's an incredibly long, laborious task, and my hat's off to Karen as to how hard she works at that and continues to work at that, and is tenacious enough that if she's not getting all the answers that she's looking for, she will continue to look until she can hopefully find them. Now, Karen does her own investigations, armed with a large amount of research before she even goes in to the investigation. And as I've said, we'll also continue to look when she returns to get more information, maybe ready for the video or ready for the next visit. Now, Karen gave me permission to use clips from her channel, but I don't want to put too many on because I want you to go over to Karen's channel and look for yourself. Look at the videos, look at the lives, because she also goes through investigations in the lives. What I want to do here is just give you an example of the work that she does. Now, the investigation example I'm going to use is of the Old Washoe Club. Now, the Old Washoe Club has been looked at by quite a few paranormal investigators of varying quality. For some reason, the Old Washoe Club fascinates me, not just from a paranormal point of view, but actually from a historical point of view. I think my history background comes in with that one as well. And I have to say that I've seen several investigations of the Old Washoe Club, and they've always been even more frenetic and hyper and excessive than usual. You would think the thing was built on a hellmouth, but what I want to do is show you just a short clip of some of the previous investigations that I'd been looking at by other channels, and then show you how Karen approached it.
And then when I was with Jason, I was walking from here, through here, through like this arch, if you can see it, this archway. And I was walking through here, and I got to about here when I got the funny sort of electrical sort of shock type thing, and hair stood on end. My name's Karen. I'm here from a country far away called Australia. I know that you get a lot of people walk through here. A lot of people are, well, I'd call them disrespectful. I don't know what you think. I will tell you that should I see you walk out in front of me, I probably will jump because, well, you know, it'll give me a fright. But I can hear the television from the apartments next door, just so you know. Actually, no, it's probably the karaoke from the hotel next door that I can hear.
So you can see Karen walking around this evil, monstrous place on her own, perfectly calmly. You can hear her talk about some of the research she's already done, including it in the editing of a video, any research she might have done after the event to add to the information. Compare and contrast, that's all I need to say about that. Obviously this is a much longer investigation and it is well worth watching along with Karen's other investigations. You're looking at the complete picture when you're watching Karen. You're not just looking at the actual time inside a property or a location itself. You're looking at all of the other research and information that Karen's found out to go along with it.
So guys, it's 12:30 a.m. and I am here in the crypt where it is said that once upon a time they used to store the bodies of the dead because the ground was too hard to bury them. However, if the truth is to be told, that's probably not the case due to the fact that within Virginia City there was a mortuary and also a funeral home, and it is more than likely that indeed any person who passed away over the winter months would have been stored in the funeral home or the mortuary, not in the storage of the Washoe Club.
Now, a lot of history and a lot of local legend is carried forward by word of mouth, and so by the time you get to even 10 years later, but certainly 100, 200 years later, those stories get twisted and changed, and especially when it suits the narrative, whether it's to make money, whether it's to make a video, whether it's both. These things get told whichever suits what they want to say the best. And that's something else that Karen addresses. Even if she hears a story from whoever, she will check the details out first. And about to show you what I mean about the live, she will answer questions from the chat in the lives. She will discuss her research further in the lives to reinforce what she's already found out.
So with the Washoe Club, I'm still finding out stuff about the Washoe Club. But so far as deaths are concerned, when I was researching before I went there and while I was putting this episode together, I wanted to try to get to the bottom of all of these things that are told, because you are told that prostitutes were run out of the building, like they had rooms in the building at the time that the Washoe Club was there and all that sort of thing. And it's just not true. It's honestly not true. People do come up with all of these stories, but the point of the matter is it sells tickets. And for the story of Lena back in the day, written by Mrs. Truehill, it sold her newspaper. People, oh, really? And of course, people believe. Just like nowadays, you watch the news and they tell you something, you believe it because it's on the news. Well, these were in the newspapers. So people, oh, that's true. So it's a bit sad. It's a bit of sad.
So with Karen, you're getting the full story. You're getting the investigation. You are getting the information she's found out before she's gone to the investigation. She's not just debunking what happens when she's in there, finding out where sounds are coming from. She's also debunking the story she's been told from those who've tried to. It happens everywhere. It happens in life. You know, stories get exaggerated, stories change over the years, whether it's simply because people tell them differently or because people want to crank up the drama in order to make it more exciting.
Sometimes it is hard to find the truth because over the years the stories have been told that much that indeed the truth has kind of been buried. But you dig deep enough, you find it.
There I am. We'll do it that way. It is getting late, and to be honest, I haven't experienced anything that I know of, but it doesn't mean once I review everything, go over with the headphones, we'll see what happens. I've got a few theories, and it's not to say I haven't picked anything up. It's very, very possible I have, and I haven't heard it. But we'll see what happens, hey? And yeah, see what happens.
Well, boys, that's the end of the lesson. What did you all think? Was it okay?
Yes, why not? Yes.